Nithyananda everyone, welcome back to the Bhavasamadhi Darshan. Now we'll start with the glimpses of the glorious past. So on this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism met with the Swami Dayananda Saraswati, the founder of Arsavidya Gurukulam, on June 6th, 2004 in Madurai. So following are some of the pictures taken during that meet. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism can be seen sharing the books that was written by Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Moving to the next year, the year of 2005, and on this day, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism visited the Himalayas between 23rd and 7th June 2005, taking with him 135 delegates from the Kailasa, and the places of visit were Rishikesh, Haridwar, Uttarkasi, Yamunotri, Gangotri, Kedarnath, Badrinath, and Josimath. Besides visiting holy shrines, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism delivered the powerful discourse on the various subjects, including the topic of guru-disciple relationship. He answered questions from the devotee on any subject of their choice. He also conducted a spiritual workshop on burning out the engrams in each person that are causative factor of all the physical and mental ailments. Devotees saw Swamiji perform Homa, Abhisheka, Puja at all the places of visit. The group shared many spiritual experiences during the trip. On June 6th, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is seen performing Abhishek of Lord Anandeshwara and the goddess Ananda Ishwari on the banks of river Ganga at Haridwar. This was followed by a Homa fire ritual. Later, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism offered Aarti to sacred river Ganga at Har Ki Pauri in Haridwar, where Aarti is offered to the river every day of the year at the twilight. So these are some of the pictures from the Himalayan Yatra of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Moving to the year 2006, and on this day, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continued his presidential address Nityananda Satsang on the series of love. He spoke on the love and relationship. He answered to many questions on this topic and presented in this video clip. Let us listen to this video.
सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's questions. Dear Swamiji, I have loved and been betrayed twice already in my life. How can I trust and love again? Please understand, first thing, do not allow the dust of the past to settle on your being. Continuously shake the dust of the past. Not allowing the dust of the past settle on in your being. Living alive, fresh is living enlightenment. If you start thinking, anyhow I have to exhale, why should I inhale? You will not be alive. People may say, after all I am going to die, why should I be alive? No. First thing, understand, when you say I have loved and been betrayed twice already in my life, no, you don't know love. Any moment you feel you have been betrayed, you have not loved. You have loved your frame about that person. That is why when that person is not fitting in your frame or going beyond your frame, you feel you have been betrayed. First thing, experience love in your very being. come up, it may look little impractical, but I tell you, let the love become a strong experience in you. Start loving the person's things as they are. Relate with them as they are by dropping your ideas, your frames. Constantly you will have fear. If I love them as they are, they may exploit me. I may be taken for granted. Please understand, the person who is having a deep fear of being exploited can never slip into love. Let the love become your very being, become your very source, become your very energy, become you. That's the first thing. Let it become you. When you say, I have loved and been betrayed twice already in my life, first thing, you would have loved your frame, and when that person is not fitting in that frame, when you try to possess that person and he is not fitting into that frame, you feel betrayed. Please understand, love gives complete freedom. It does not suffocate the other person. Because you made other person feel suffocated, that is why you have the feeling he has betrayed you or she has betrayed you. So the first thing you need to understand, your love may be for the frame, not for the person. Many times I feel, even if somebody feels that they are not worthy of love, they are not worthy of my love, worthy of life, I feel very clearly there is no such thing as worth, being worthy. It is just flowing towards every being. So understand, if you think you have loved and been betrayed, you have not known love. Raise the quality of your love little more than what you think. Unless you raise the quality of your love, you will not experience love. You will only feel you have been betrayed, betrayed, betrayed. That's the first thing. Second thing, how can I trust and love again? That's an important thing. The only way you can do is drop the dust, drop the dirt of the past. Be alive. Stand up again and start loving the person. Raise the quality of your love. See, when you start loving, you will have two things. One part of you radiates love. The other part of you, which has so many calculation, the material ingredients. Reduce the material ingredient part. Increase the pure love zone. Understand, when you increase the pure love zone, not only to one person, you will be radiating it to the whole world continuously. Even if somebody betrays you, when you have the memory about that person, you will not feel that person has betrayed you. I can say from my own experience, so many people think that somebody has betrayed me, or even somebody thinks they betrayed me. In my heart, when I remember them, I have only deep love, pure love, simple love for them. Understand, be more and more centered on love. In your love, increase the friendliness ingredient more and more than the calculation ingredient. Less and less calculation ingredient, more and more friendly ingredient, you will radiate pure love which never feels betrayed. I can tell you, feeling the pure love which never feels betrayed is the highest blessing can happen to you. That's the highest, greatest blessing. Feeling pure love without feeling betrayed by anything or anybody is living enlightenment. Thank you. Next question. Dear Swamiji, is the transition from physical love to higher love dependent on the other person? No. It is not dependent on the other person. It is dependent on you. How much that love becomes an intense experience in you, independent of the other person and other things. Please understand, when that love from the physical form, when it goes to the higher form, not only it is independent of the other person, it is independent of even the memory of the other person. It becomes a pure life, pure aliveness, pure energy, pure being. So it is not dependent on the other person, it is independent of the other person. Next, in this itself there is a question. Is it possible only when at least one or both the beings are evolved? No. No need for both the beings to be evolved. Even if one being is evolved, that is enough for the whole process. That one being evolved not only will raise himself or herself continuously, by the very presence he will raise the other person also. By his very action, lifestyle, he or she will raise the other person also. If one of them is enlightened, then does it help to raise the consciousness of the other? Yes. If one person is enlightened, that is enough to raise the consciousness of the other person. It just raises the energy and consciousness of the other person to completely different scale, different height, different energy. So be very clear, even if one person is evolved or interested in evolving, is enough to achieve the higher dimensions of love. You don't need both the persons. You see, the spiritual experience does not depend on the other person. It just purely depends on you. It is you alone, nothing else. Next question. I have had so many relationships in my life, but I don't feel satisfied. Are more and more relationships the solution for this? Otherwise, how can I move beyond? This is the... Please understand, just changing the persons will not help. Change the person inside. That is the only way to help. Changing the persons outside will not lead you to fulfillment. Change the person inside. Only that will lead you to fulfillment. I always tell people, like changing the car and house and a spouse is almost become a fashion in the life. No. Changing the outer person is not going to help. Change the inner person. That's the only way to move beyond. That's the only way to go beyond. Otherwise, if you have more and more and more relationships, constantly changing the person, you will see a deep depression, frustration and emptiness in your life. That is going to be the end. Change the person inside, you will go beyond.
Moving to the next year, the year of 2011, and on this day, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, initiated the delegates of Kailasa into the power manifestation. In the Vedagmas, the manifesting Shaktis are described as the system, method, and the science for human being to explore the various possibilities, powers, and have access to the various states of consciousness. The Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are divine and not that you are. You are divine and you need to manifest divine, and not that you are a man and you need to become divine. Also, on that, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted the presidential address Nithyananda Satsang, where he initiated various disciples into the science of power manifestation. So here in the pictures, you can see the disciples of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism manifesting the Rudrakshas. So this is the science of materialization, where Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism initiated the disciples, and the disciples started manifesting the teleportations. These Rudraksha beads were directly teleported by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to that disciple. In the year 2012, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Sarvanya Peetham, graced last day the 5-day Tirunjana Sambandhar Guru Puja festival at Shyamala Peetha Sarvanya Peetham in Madurai. So well before sunrise, to accompany of traditional Nadaswara music by artists from Tiruvannamalai, the temple element and priest welcomed SPH and took him to the procession to the Meenakshi Sundareswara temple. Entering through the east tower, Swamiji graced the auspicious Suprabhata Seva, gently awakening to the divine couple Meenakshi and Sundareshwara with the music and the worship. So we'll catch the more glimpses of this day through this Paramashivoham Oneness capsule.
अनन्तं विभुं निर्विकल्पं निरीहं शिवं सङ्गहीनं यदोङ्कारगम्यं निराकारमत्युज्ज्वलं मृत्युहीनं परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेव.
Moving to the next year, the year of 2015, And on this day, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was conducting the Inner Awakening Convention in the Varanasi. We'll catch the more glimpses of this day through the Nityananda Times video magazine.
Like how once Swami explained that different levels of cognition, that Brahminical way of cognition, Shaivite way of cognition, Nityanandite way of cognition. Like when you have that Nityanandite way of cognition, that you have that seeking, you want to have the truth as your experience. So even without it becoming as your experience still, you just, like when some mad elephant is coming to attack you, instead of you just getting scared and running away, or you're waiting for your the truth to become your cognition and your experience, you're just telling, my master has experienced this, so obviously he'll protect me. When you're from that cognition, you'll just, all the cities will just start expressing from you. That rule, that like nature, responsibility, action and all doesn't come here. It's just divine intervention which causes that miracle to happen. Directly just experience. So this is what I understand, like when you have more and more seeking, all these laws of the cosmos is just broken down. You just experience that favorite inheritor of the cosmos. Please.
What do you mean by seeking when you're about to die? What I understand as seeking when you're dying is like Swamiji told in one satsang that in 27 November 2014 he quotes a beautiful song from Thirunavukarasar. He says, Katrunai potriyor kadalil paitrinum Pachinum Natrunai Avadu Namashivayame. So he says that even when somebody ties you with a stone and throws you in the ocean, you will just, when you just say the mantra of Namashivaya, you will just, even that stone will turn into a boat and come up, make you live for long. So this is what I understand. That when you're continuously seeking, even through the death, you will just say Namashivaya. Even Namashivaya will make you the boat for others. So this is what I understand.
I'm Parashakti Akashic. I'm a student doing my graduation from Tata Institute of Social Sciences. I was maybe conditioned, or I perhaps branded myself as the most logical being I've ever come across in my life. And I really thought religious programs conducted by saints would be all about faith and intuition, and it would not carry an element of logic which would satisfy my aspiring researcher element. But I bet anybody, this is perhaps the most logical process I've gone through, and something very beyond my logic. It took time for me to seriously contemplate what every completion, every process, everything meant. I've spoken to a few Mahants earlier, and I've done Samskara Dahana Kriya process, of course very irregularly, purely based on my need of time and emotions. But this time around, when we were doing it, followed by a Shivoham process. People before me have spoken about the process of Shivoham, but I call it symbistics, as it is called in the research jargon. And the world is just experimenting sound mixing in this field, and here sound is being projected in the most advanced levels. I invite scientists to come and experience, symbologists, symbisticists to come and experience this Shivoham. And see, in research jargon, we call ourselves intelligentsia, academic intelligentsia. But I can tell, after this 21 days of experience, I can make an open statement on worldwide media that we are just intellectia, not intelligentsia. For this intellectia to ripen into intelligentsia, I think Inner Awakening is one of the best outlets. And a word about Third Eye Awakening. A couple of my relatives, friends, well-wishers, social circle, when my mom first put it on Facebook as a status that I could be able to read blindfold, those were just patch-up words. People were like, kudos, congrats, and stuff like that. But yesterday we made a short video out of it. I was blindfolded and asked to read one page from the Shivoham photo book. And when my mom posted it on Facebook, people were like, how is this possible? The comments were not congratulatory. The comments were exclamatory and questioning the very existence of such a technique. So it's very hard, to believe things from the other side. It has to be experienced. And on stage here, on media, I would like to thank Ma Nitya Devi, Mahant Shri Nitya Baladara and Ma Nitya Nirbeda for being back of me to do this. And my love also goes to my aunt Nitya Ramani, who was literally not bothering about what I would think of her, or I would rather go beyond being in talking terms with her if she would have if she enforced me, which I did out of my sheer pride of being the so-called logical being I was. So I'm sorry and my love to you. So thank you all these people. You made me experience what I really wanted to. Thank you, Swamiji.
Moving to the next year, the year of 2016, and on this day, we'll catch the glimpses of this day through the Nityananda Times video magazine. Moving to the next year, the year of 2017, and on this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in the presidential address, Nithyananda Satsang, explained that the simple but extremely powerful technique to heal obsessive, compulsive, and depressive pattern, integrity. Integrity is also the base thought strategy for manifesting powerful cognitions about yourself and the life to create the world as you want it to be. So let us listen to this.
नित्यानन्देश्वर सदाशिव समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि आदिशक्ति मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the Sarvangipita Yajamans, Shri Mahants, Mahants, Kotaris, Tanedars, visitors, viewers, everyone who is sitting with us all over the world, through Nithyananda TV, Facebook Live, through hundreds of Adinavasis channels, YouTube Live, and through two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha all over the world. Cities sitting with us, a long list. So I welcome all of you with my love and respects. After the Environment Day evening rain manifestation, energy release and initiation, the Environment Day, which is today, I think yesterday, in 106 cities we named all over the world in our published document, manifested heavy rain. In many places, I should say more than 60% of the places, rain was not predicted. To be precise, 74 places, there was no rain forecast. So, I'm very happy, not just because of rain, that Prakriti is healed. Prakriti is healing. That's the most beautiful thing. That Prakriti getting healed. Now I will expand on further initiations. I wanted to remind Sadashivatva participants, now who have become Adinavasis, program is continuing. Please understand, still I have not even taken session on completing with others. Still, see, 4 components. Completion with yourself, completion with others, manifesting your reality, manifesting others' reality. All these 4 put together is only inner awakening. We have not even moved to second component. I have not led you in death process. I have not led you in health, wealth completions. I have not led you in manifesting your reality and others' reality. First things first. I have not led you into many processes. Shravana Manana Nididhyasana processes. First, I wanted to drill the Sankhya software, thinking in tattvas, the Vedic agamic inner software, constantly thinking in integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching. First of all, you need to know everything you do is enriching. And if you don't know something is enriching, don't do it. And if you know something is enriching, don't waste your time in confusion. Confusion is a crime. Too many things need to be cleared. Inner cobweb needs to be cleared. Too much cleaning up need to be done inside. The power of integrity again and again need to be drilled, so you don't get into this obsessive, compulsive, depressive patterns. The problem with the depressive patterns are, they are so self-destructive. I can neither show you compassion nor show you ferocious face. If I show you ferocious face, you will run away. If I show compassion, you will destroy yourself. If you sent a message and I am ignoring, understand you are in that position. This obsessive, compulsive, depressive patterns, constantly cherishing depression and feeling empty and lonely without depression. And it is so self-destructive. You can't be handled in any way. Guru cannot help you, because if he shows ferocious face, you were waiting for that, so to run away. If compassionate face is shown, you will think it's all right. It's okay to engage and entertain this thought current, because even if I entertain this thought current, I am only going to be cared and cajoled. So Guru cannot help you. That's the worst space to be in, where even he cannot help. The only way out is you drilling yourself with integrity and reducing the thickness of this depression by grinding, reducing the thickness of this depression. Understand? This morning 5-hour routine really does the magic of grinding you. Sometimes I used to wonder why. Please understand, Hinduism is such a religion. So many sampradayas, not only contradicting each other, many times opposing each other. That's the beauty of Hinduism. Hinduism, I don't want to say Hinduism does not have architecture, it has open architecture. Some gurus destroy Hinduism saying it does not have architecture. No. It has open architecture, not no architecture. Some fellows are trying to claim Hinduism has no book, no head, no. If you don't want to accept the head, say I don't accept. But don't say no head. Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of Akada Parishad. Akadas are the head of Hinduism. Vedas and Agamas are the source book of Hinduism. Of course, we are open architecture. We are open for new sampradayas to happen. I don't want to say we don't have architecture, and I don't want to say we are a closed architecture. No, we are open architecture. But there is an architecture. There is a system. Anyhow, let me come back to the point I wanted to convey, that Hinduism has so many sampradayas, many times contradicting, conflicting, almost opposing each other. There are very few truths accepted in all sampradayas of Hinduism. Om, cow, very few things. One is Om. All Hindu sampradayas agree. The sacredness of Om. You need to understand, even Vedas are not accepted by all the sampradayas of Hinduism. There are some Hindu sampradayas, Avaidikas, don't accept Vedas as the ultimate authority. But even they agree, Om, the sacredness of Om. The very few things Hindu sampradayas agree. All the Hindu sampradayas, Om, cow, sacredness of cow, waking up in the morning and doing spiritual practice. There is no sampradaya, Dakshinachara, Vamachara. For some, alcohol is poison. For some, that is a regular drink. There are sampradayas in Hinduism. Alcohol is the only thing they are supposed to drink during certain vows. But all the sampradayas, Dakshinachara, Vamachara, all stand on one: morning waking up and doing the spiritual practice, the Brahma Muhurta. All sampradayas agree. That is what is surprising. That's what is surprising. So even I was wondering why. Only after I started teaching this and making people do this, when I see the growth of the people who follow this Brahma Muhurta spiritual routine and who don't follow, I understand the drastic difference. I tell you, if you just follow this morning 5 hours enough, you will have all Shaktis manifesting in you. Because all the obstacles for manifesting Shaktis, tiredness, boredom, pitta, fatigue, everything will be churned out in that morning 5 hours. You will curse literally everyone on the planet Earth for keeping you awake for that morning 5 hours. If you can manage that morning 5 hours spiritual routine, waking up like a flower and flowing into yoga like a flower in the breeze, cleaning yourself, detoxifying yourself. Understand? Our morning Panchakriya is not just taking bath. It is detoxification process, decalcification process. Applying vibhuti and kumkum is decalcification. taking the Jalabasti, Neti, all that kriyas is detoxification. Detoxification, decalcification, put together is Panchakriya. Then connecting with Sadashiva in oneness, knowing that he is available here in the formlessness, form Sachalamurti, form Achalamurti. In all three forms, formlessness, form of Achalamurti and form of Sachalamurti. All these three, beautifully Manikavasagar sings, Namaschivaya Varga, Nadantal Varga, இமைப்பொழுதும் என்னெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ்வாழ்க, ஆகமம் ஆகி நின்று அன்னிப்பான் தாழ்வாழ்க, கோகழி ஆண்ட குருமனிதன் தாழ்வாழ்க. Guru Manidan means God in the form of man who rules the universe. I bow down to him. Agamam agi nindru annippan thalvazhga means he himself is Agama and he lives Agama. நமச்சிவாய வாழ்க நாதந்தாள் வாழ்க, இமைப்பொழுதும் என்னெஞ்சில் நீங்காதாந்தாள் வாழ்க, கோகழி ஆண்ட குருமணிதந்தாள் வாழ்க, ஆகமம் ஆகி நின்று அன்னிப்பான் தான் வாழ்க. The Lord who rules the universe appeared as a Guru Manidan, means in the form of Guru, in the human form, who appeared. I bow down to him. Gogaryanda Gurumani Tan Talvarga, knowing that he is available here in the form of formlessness, Achalamurti and Sachalamurti, and connecting. Understand, the morning puja is the most powerful mandala prasa Shaktipada. Melting your being. And then sitting and listening to the sacred truths, constantly inspiring, engaging, alive, awakening. Just this morning, 5 hours, if you can bring integrity and authenticity, all the obstacles stopping you from power manifestation will disappear. Then you will have a power to cause others reality, everything you will have. Think more and more and more in the language of integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching. That will only make these powers manifest what I am talking to you, teaching you as a reality. What I am teaching you will become reality only by this. Drilling yourself with the tattvas will remove all the fatigue, tiredness, everything out of your system. Even the yesterday's homework, I saw so many people doing. Suddenly I realized 90% of the people don't have listening. Because many did not even hear the satsang completely, which I repeat many of the truths. I was repeating again and again. But I could see, even if it is repeated, people miss. Very funny. Maybe you should listen to the yesterday's satsang once more and do the homework. Many did not do. Many who have done did not listen fully. Maybe once more listening and then doing the homework will really help a lot. After you do that, then I'll expand and explain. Jnana Vrata, more deeper, more elaborate. So, essence of today's satsang. Think more and more in the language of integrity so that you are out of this obsessive, compulsive, depressive patterns. Morning routine is Sadashiva. Morning 5 hours is for Sadashiva. Let us be integrated to Him. When you are giving your best to Him, He will give His best to you. That's it. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhadvaita Saivam. Sadashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Moving to the next year, the year of 2019, and on this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in Presidential Address Nithyananda Satsang, revealed that Shyamala-Pitha Sarvanya-Pitham will be the Raja Vidya Gurukul for the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, princes, prince and princess from all over the world, further sharing that building and installing a temple for Paramashiva bestows longevity, health, wealth, fame, and all the success, completion, fortune, abundance, enjoyment, and blessings. He explained that constructing and installing a temple for Paramashiva also destroys all the bad karmas and ultimately bestows the Sayujyam, as well as promising that the devotee will not have any more birth. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism initiated a group of his own Yuvarajas into the training for future Uttaradhikaris. Devi Meenakshi Parashakti. So we'll be presenting a brief from an excerpt from the satsangs on that day, the Nithyananda Satsang, or the presidential address from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared that Devi Meenakshi Parashakti is literally teeming with ecstasy. She is continuously revealing more and more mysteries of this auspicious Shyamala-Pitha Sarvanya-Pitham. Just few days back, I had revealed from the Akashic reading that this was the very place where the sacred fire of Putra Kameshti Homa was lit and the Meenakshi had emerged out of this. Today, we have the exact reference of this. In the Madurai Kandam, Tadagadai Piratyar Tiruvatra Padalam, the part of Tiruvalayar Puranam, compilation of all the divine plays of the Paramashivan Devi Parashakti, there is a vivid description of the place where the Putra Kameshti Homa happened. Moving to the year 2020, we'll catch the glimpses of this day through the Nithyananda Satsang by Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
I welcome you all with my love and respect. I welcome all the living and practicing Hindus from all over the world, all the Sarvanyapeta, Kartas, Yajamans, Manifestors, Srimahans, Mahans, Kotaris, Tanedar, Kayakalpa Yoga participants, Kailasas, E-Gurukul students, Kailasas, NHU students, and the thousands of Paramashivoham Level 2 participants who have logged in from all over the world having Nayanadiksha, Inner Awakening graduates, all those watching us live on Kailasa TV, Enlighten app. I welcome every one of you with my love and respect.
Nithyanandam. The celestial celebrations of the celestial wedding of Shri Meenakshi Devi with Shri Somasundareshwara Swami is celebrated in the form of Chittirai Brahmotsavam every year. Tomorrow is the first day of the Chittirai Brahmotsavam, which starts with the Dvajarohanam tomorrow. The Adi Kailasa Nithyananda Peetham and San Jose Madurai Sarvajna Peetham are
It's a wonderful announcement, news. From tomorrow the Chittirai Brahmotsavam is starting. All over the world, we will be celebrating Meenakshi Parashakti's Leelas and her coronation, Kalyanotsavam, all the sacred celebrations, rituals, sentiments, powerful cognitions associated with Devi Parashakti Meenakshi from tomorrow. So now let's enter into today's satsang. Paramashiva's direct message from Kailasa. Stop the Hindu Holocaust. I'll describe to all the Hindus all over the world the patterns with which the Hindu-phobic, anti-Hindu terrorists, anti-Hindu criminals, how they operate and destroy Hinduism all over the world in multi-level. I will present the patterns with which how they function, the cunning strategies they adopt, First of all, narrative of the society. See, any society, how it narrates about itself to itself and how it narrates itself to the world. This narration is usually done by mainstream media cult and entertainment, cinema and TV cult, cinema and television cult. I'll call the whole thing by one word: entertainment cult. First, the anti-Hindu elements heavily fund, pump money and take over these two cults, mass media cult and entertainment cult. Understand? In India, both the cult, more than 99% is already in the hands of anti-Hindu gang, anti-Hindu terrorists. You need to know that very clearly. Hindus need to wake up. Hindus need to wake up to the truth. Whole India, both mass media cult and entertainment cult, both are more than 99.9%, I can say almost 99%, is in the hands of anti-Hindu terrorists. People who are out to eliminate Hinduism absolutely. And please understand, they are working on developing this narrative, grand narrative, that everything about Hinduism is life negative, antisocial, need to be eliminated as early as possible. This narrative is getting built last 50 years, especially after independence. The mass media cult and entertainment cult, both heavily funded by anti-Hindu terrorists. Please understand. You can see in every level entertainment cult directly, indirectly, subtly brainwashing everything related to Hinduism. I tell you, using mass media cult to influence and control people, a strategy used extensively by all aggressive civilization. Please understand. I wanted to remind all the Hindus once more. In some religions, if you get over-inspired, if you take that religion very seriously, you become missionary and start converting others, and you literally become missionary militant. You do everything for the sake of conversion. In some religion, if you take that religion seriously, get over-inspired, enthusiastic, You become terrorist, militant, and start killing people who are not ready to convert to your religion. The militant missionaries. Some religions make you missionary militant. Some religions make you militant missionaries. In Hinduism, if you take Hinduism seriously, if you are over-inspired, over-enthusiastic, excited about Hinduism, you become sadhu, monk, sannyasi, and start meditating. You go to Himalayas and work on your enlightenment. Missionary militants and militant missionaries both ganged up on Hinduism. But so cunningly they are doing it. Still, even sincere Hindus have not woken up to the reality and truth. They are getting destroyed all over the world, not just in India, all over the world. In India itself you are getting destroyed, then what about Pakistan, Bangladesh, or any other country? The only country you had as Hindu country in Nepal, you lost, Hindus lost Nepal also. It has become secular. Using mass media to influence and control people is a strategy used extensively by aggressive civilizations to subdue indigenous, simple, innocent traditions, to eliminate innocent, simple spiritual traditions. Hinduism is basically indigenous, innocent, simple spiritual tradition. These aggressive civilizations, once they succeeded in ending democracy, and slowly they bring dictatorship and eliminate completely the other religion. It's a very elaborate strategy, extremely violent and cunning. If you Hindus don't read the history and wake up, history is going to repeat itself. Don't be in the false idea, oh, Hinduism is Sanatana, eternal, it is not going to be destroyed. Fools. Just see, in last 500 years, the lands you lost. 1000 years before, you had 56 nations where Hinduism was a state religion. Then slowly, you started losing the land. Now you don't have any land, any nation. I can say you have one nation, Kailasa, Hindu nation, but it is borderless. Cosmic nation. Kailasa has embassy. Few countries have signed a diplomatic treaty, diplomatic relationship and treaty to have embassy. Kailasa is more a nation created to keep this Hindu grand narrative alive. So please understand how you lost the land. And don't think just because still some Hindu temples are running and people are going to the temples and coming, the Hinduism is alive. Be very clear. If you just even read the history 100 years before, the number of people, percentage getting initiated into Hinduism and studying Hinduism, either in Veda Padashala or Saiva Siddhantam or Vedantam or Smarta or Gaudiya Vaishnava, any one sampradaya of Hinduism, how many people used to take up Hindu studies 100 years before? See the percentage and see the percentage now. Without any doubt, I can say, now, people who take up studying Hinduism full time is practically negligible. Zero point 0.00000, maybe one. One in the last. Just few sadhus and few people in the Gurukuls, that's it. People studying full-time Hinduism is almost killed, eliminated, destroyed. I met another one, religious leader, a top person in Brazil. When I traveled to Brazil, it happened few years before, maybe 10 years before. Top person of that country, a different religion. So we were having conversation. He was very friendly. After 10 minutes of conversation, he suddenly revealed that he is from Tamil Nadu and Tirunelveli district. And he started talking in Tamil, and I was very happy to know that he is from Tamil Nadu. And he told me he reads my articles in magazines. In those days, I used to write in Tamil magazines articles. And then the conversation became very friendly and very cordial, and 3-4 times he came to meet me. He's a very top person in his religion and hierarchy level. He's the topmost in the hierarchy in his religion in that country. So, casually I was talking, and he was also telling about what the activities they do, everything. And I said that I have a training center for monks, and around 100 monks are studying in India, and every year I am expecting to graduate 100 people into monks and nuns. He said, Swamiji, I have a training center in Mumbai. I have 12 units only in Mumbai. Each unit has 3,000 people. Every year, around 30 to 35,000 youth graduate as nuns and monks and preachers from my unit, Swamiji. Whole India, after thoroughly studying various sampradayas, Ramakrishna Mission and Chinmaya Mission and Bhagavan Swaminarayan's BAPS Sanstha and ISKCON and various sannyas sampradayas, I am telling you, none of us have Sannyas Training Institute where thousands graduate every year. Yes, all of us have Sannyas Training Institute, no doubt. Hundreds maybe. Never 4-digit number. None of us have 4-digit number graduating every year. The amount of hatred, hate speech done on Hindu sannyasis, Hindu monks, Brahmins, the Hindu lifestyle after independence in India by mass media cult and entertainment cult has taken away the confidence of Hindus on Hinduism and studying Hinduism full time for living, practicing and preaching. Understand? The Neo-Hindus, last 2 generations, Neo-Hindus, they even developed a strong hatred on the whole Guru Parampara. That is the greatest achievement of the mass media cult, entertainment industry cult. One of the biggest milestones they reached in eliminating Hinduism. The Neo-Hindus, the anti-Guru Neo-Hindus are as dangerous to Hinduism as anti-Hindu elements, because the Brahmin hatred and Guru hatred is enough to eliminate whole Hinduism. The mass media cult and entertainment industry cult is successful, making 80% of the Hindus hate Brahmins and Gurus by creating a strong hate speech campaign, persistent hate speech campaign for last 50 years, and building a powerful negative grand narrative about Brahmins and Gurus. Everything related to Brahmins and everything related to Gurus is literally destroyed. The amount of hate speech. I tell you, the Hindu Varnashrama Dharma is the most beautiful science developed for a best stable society. At some time, the most life positive visionaries of the world, if they gather and sit and do research for 100 years, I tell you, the corona is destroying the old world order.
Nityanam everyone. So we request all the viewers who are watching us live, please do watch this satsang with Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism delivered on the 6th June of 2020 to get the more deeper insights and understanding of how the Hindu Misia and Hindu phobia groups has been continuously attacking and destroying the Hindu ecosystem, the various enlightenment ecosystem, specifically targeting the Guru-disciple ecosystem, where disciples living at the feet of the Guru, they flower into enlightenment. So with this, we come